questions for Coach McCaffery.
Fran, it would have been easy for you guys on a one-day scout, getting back at 5 a.m. to come out a little bit lacking energy, but you guys came out, didn't allow a field goal, I think, for 6 minutes. Intensity turned up. What can you attribute that to?
Well, yeah, I think we have a special group. They're very competitive. They were not pleased with how we played the other night. They took responsibility. They were locked in for practice yesterday. I mean, you're right. I mean, they didn't get to bed till 5 a.m. You know, we gained an hour coming back. So we didn't talk about it. We just prepared for the next one. You know, we respect Iowa State, ranked opponent. They have had some really impressive victories, playing at a very high level. So we knew we would have to play that way, you know, to beat them. And I think it all starts, obviously, with defense. You pointed it out. You know, we set the tone defensively, and that obviously helps your offense get going. And we settled in, and we had a lot of different guys contributing, as you can see.
What do players do? You lose Chris, but what do players do to fill the vacuum?
Well, you know, guys get hurt all the time. You know, that's why you have 13 scholarships. So he's out. Connor steps in. Peyton's ready to go. Everybody else is ready to go. Got to get some minutes out of Josh Ogundele. Josh Dix was really good tonight. DeSante had a tough start, but he'll be fine. And you don't talk about it. You just move on.
Fran, with number 500 for you, both your sons start this game. You have a really nice celebration after the game with your family. What did that mean to you?
Well, you know the way I've typically responded to this question. I don't really get excited about wins. Like, I don't consider myself having 500 wins. You know, I'm the coach. My responsibility is to put our guys in a position to win and let them go win the game. And you know, I've been blessed. You know, I've worked for great people. I've had tremendous coaches on my staff. I've had really good players everywhere I've been. So it does make you think a little about. Two of them are in the locker room. You know, Mike Cassell was in the locker room afterwards. You know, so that makes you think. And you're right. You know, with two boys, you know, playing well, you know, you think about family. And I couldn't be sitting here without tremendous commitment of my wife, my daughter, who were right there with us, my son Jack. It's an interesting journey. It's a difficult journey at times, but it's something we're built for. And I was just really excited for them tonight. And now we get ready for Sunday.
You said after the Duke game that you felt like the team was running good offense, the shots just weren't falling. Is that, you know, the inverse tonight? You saw good offensive execution and the shots were falling from three.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. It's different when you play these guys. They play defense differently than everybody else. So how you have to manufacture shots is going to be different. You know, we had a few more turnovers than we normally have, that we should have. But, you know, we made good plays and we got good shots. You know, I said we have good shooters. You know, I'm not worried about our ability to make threes, you know, throughout the course. You might have a bad night. You know, we had a bad night against Duke, shooting the ball. You know, there's games when you hit, Big Ten tournament where we make 20, 21 one game, and then, you know, Richmond, we don't make them. You know, it happens sometimes. All I want them to do is create good shot opportunities and have our good players take good shots. And you know, it was great to see a lot of them go in for these guys.
Coach, congratulations on the 500th and the big win tonight. What exactly is Chris's injury and how long do you think he's going to be out?
Well, I think Matt very eloquently put out what he's got.
Lower body.
Yeah, lower body injury, and I can't tell you how long he's going to be out.
Okay.
Maybe Doc Bollier can, Brad Floyd.
Coach, how encouraging was it to do to them defensively what they
like to do to everyone else, you know, make them, they like to make other teams uncomfortable, and it seemed like you did that to them immediately.
Well, you know, obviously, I think every game, that's your intention, you know, to play defense with that kind of intensity. They've done a good job with that. They have. We have, at times, you know, we're an offensive-oriented team, so we're going to try to score 90. So we're going to go. So then you got to make sure you keep fresh bodies out there. So the impressive thing, I think, is, you know, we had 4 guys 30-plus minutes and 1 with 28. So the fact they were able to do that was a credit to their competitive instincts, and I couldn't be more proud. I mean, I think as coaches, and I said this to the team after the game, you know, we put a game plan together, and we instill an offense, and we have defensive concepts that we teach. But, you know, when they toss it up, it's all about competitive desire, and our guys were spectacular in that area tonight.
You just mentioned desire. It looked like nobody had more than Phillip. He seems to have gone from point A last year to point B. Is this the player that you sort of saw as a third-year player in North Dakota?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, he did this every night over there. You know, we talked about it before, but last year, you know, he comes in, he's a starter, he was integral part of a Big Ten championship team, you know, but everything's new. You know, you don't treat him as a freshman because he's not, but terminology is different, how we scout is different, how we travel is different, who we're playing is an upgrade from what he saw before. So, you know, it stands to reason that in year 2, with the experience that he's gotten, he would be ready. But at the end of the day, you know, with Phillip Obracha, I mean, he's a gamer. I mean, he will fight you, and he takes full responsibility. I mean, you know, he was pretty good the other night, but he missed a couple shots that he normally makes, and he was really upset about that. You know, but he's going to keep coming, and boy, was he impressive tonight.
He looked comfortable shooting those threes. I mean, is that something that you really want to see him kind of?
I'm okay with it. I mean, I never told him not to. He shot some when he was there. You know, he brought it up in the recruiting process that he wanted to have. And I said, you know, look at Luka. You know, he shot it whenever he wanted to. I'm not going to say anything to you.
Fran, to kind of build off that, you know, Rebracha had a great game, but I think what impressed me was his passing ability, I think, really flashed tonight. And no matter how many bodies Iowa State threw at him, he just continued to outwork them. Can you quantify as to be an undersized 5 at times to go up against all those different guys, how difficult that is?
Well, you know, I think that's what makes him special. If they're going to ice side ball screens, we're going to hit the short roll. I mean, everybody does. Okay, what happens next? You've got to be able to make a play from there. It's great. You're going to be open. All right, you might have a 3-on-2 or a 3-on-1 or a 2-on-1, but, you know, do you over-penetrate? Do you shoot a runner that's a bad shot? Or do you hit the open man? You drive it some, you kick it some. His decision-making in that role was really special tonight. And, you know, he does lack a couple inches at times, and, you know, maybe 15 or 20 pounds, but he is so physical and so strong, and he's got tremendous athletic power, so it doesn't really affect him.
How have you seen Connor and Patrick, growing up in Iowa City in particular, embrace the Cy-Hawk rivalry and get into the meal? They were very, very animated today.
They were a little animated, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think that's a good point. They grew up watching it, you know, across all sports. You know, football, women's basketball. You know, they've been going to games since they were in elementary school, and they've been involved with some big wins. And you know, last year was a tough loss, so they had to endure that. So they know what it means to the fans, and but you know, they also, I think, are sophisticated enough to know, like, this is a big win for the program. You know, when you beat a ranked team and look at who they've beaten. You know, with a great crowd. We've had some rough luck with when our other games have been, to get our fans here. So, tonight, on a Friday night, Thursday night, is really good.
What happened in the locker room after the game? I mean, they're.
Would you notice I'm not wearing the same clothes I had on?
I did notice that.
Your hair,
Noticed.
did your hair get wet?
Everything was wet. Every piece of clothing was wet. Leave it at that. Okay.
Two more questions? Do you expect Chris to play on Sunday, or do you think it could be a long-term?
I don't. I think it's early in the process, Chad, to make that determination.
Do you anticipate the same starting lineup if Chris can't go?
Yeah, we start the same guys, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.